It's 12:30 and I'm driving up the river access to fish this tailwater. I really only come here in the winter, and we've now entered sort of the winter season. I mean, we don't have any snow on the ground right now. It's not frozen. The air temperatures outside is 46 degrees. But the amount of daylight is certainly winter amount of daylight. You know, and the angle that the sun is shining is certainly a winter angle. So for all intents and purposes, it's winter fishing season, and that means Euro nymphing. And so I've come here for the first time this season to do some Euro nymphing. I've got with me today a couple different rods. The water flow today below the dam here is 450 cubic feet per second. That's reasonable. I like it when it's less than 500 and more than 350. So we're right in there. But because of the size of the water and my inability or inability to wade in certain locations, but I want to cast to other locations, I brought with me some pretty long rods. I've got with me the Suntech Tenkara Traveler 44, and I've got with me the Sawanabori, the Suntech Sawanabori 53. Both of them are fantastic rods. I haven't fished the Traveler 44 really that much. I did quite a bit in the past up in Oregon, but I haven't really here. But it's a really remarkable rod. It's got a great action. It is very useful in its length, so you can fish it at 360, 400, and 440 centimeters. So that really gives you quite a reach. That spot looks good. Might have to come back there. Yeah, we'll see if there's people up here where I want to go. Then maybe I'll come back here. Anyway, but I'm going to start off with the Traveler 44 and maybe switch over to the Sawanabori 53. I might not. I'll go back to 14-foot line, a number 2 or 2.5 fluorocarbon level line, and I'll use 2 flies in a dropper point fly configuration. Okay, so nobody's at that pull out. That's good. Anyway, we'll get up here and get rigged up and start fishing. Water looks clear, so I'm pleased with that. They're certainly not muddy. Oh, there's a vehicle right where I wanted to go. Shoot. So he's probably right around here somewhere. And he's from Utah, of course. Anyway, I guess I'll turn around and go back downstream. Oh well, that's the way it goes. Okay, here we are. Well, a few minutes ago it sounded like I said some disparaging words against Utahns, and I don't really mean that. I go down there and fish all the time, so I guess they can come up here and fish in Idaho. All's fair. But in fact, having somebody in the spot that I wanted to fish, there's a kingfisher right there. You probably can't see it on the camera, but that's pretty cool. Having somebody fish where I wanted to go just forces me to go to another stretch of water, and I've not fished this stretch right through here, so there you go. New water. Oftentimes that works out really rather well. Anyway, Traveler 44, that's what we're going to start out with, and I got to get rigged up here. This line that I'm using right now is actually not fluorocarbon. It is nylon. It's number 5 weight nylon by a company called River Peak out of Japan. And I started trying it last year as a nymphing line. And these are actually the flies that I had on there from last winter. It seems pretty easy to see because it's got multiple colors. And it seems light enough that to easily keep it off the water. Okay, there's the first fish. And he took the Gasolina Perdigon, which is my point fly. Little rainbow. That's what's mostly in here, is rainbows, and most of them are about this size. What is that, 12 inches? But you can get into some really big ones, like you know, 18, 20 inches. A lot of weed in this water, so every other cast you have to clean your line off. And I'd much rather be on the opposite bank. I don't like casting cross body as much. As I do you know, regular casting upstream. So I'd rather have my left shoulder upstream than downstream like it is right now. Oh, that's a better fish. Yeah. It's a much better fish. That'll challenge the rod and me. I haven't seen what fly he took yet. But he's, if I can keep him on, he's certainly net worthy. Oh, he took the perdigon too. Oh, and it pulled out. Shoot. Yeah, shoot. Nice fish. Bummer. No, he broke me off. So he didn't take the perdigon, he took the sow bug and broke me off. Huh. Okay. That was a bummer. That was a nice fish. But I'm pleased that I hooked him. There we go. Oh, I should be able to get him in. He took the point fly. He took the perdigon. Not a challenge. Still fun. He's a little bit better. Certainly energy-wise, he's better. There we go. Oh yeah, he's quite a bit better. So I took off my other two flies and I re-rigged. With a I put another sow bug as the dropper, but the point fly I put a Frenchie. These two flies have just brass beads on them because this water is so shallow. I figured there had to be some rainbows up in this shallow water feeding, and he sure was. Isn't that amazing how the fish hit the fly immediately upon entering the water? Must have like hit him on the nose or something, because that just amazes me. Well, for not having ever fished that section, that wasn't too bad. It would have been nice to have been able to bring that larger fish. It probably was 16 inches, I'm guessing, to the net. But I'm not that disappointed. Anyway, for not having fished that section before and not knowing where the fish were, I'd say that was successful. I'm gonna move downstream though and fish the last half hour or 45 minutes in a different spot. There we go. I really ought to fish this rod more often. This is the old version of the Sawanabori. There's a newer version, 52F or something like that. But this thing is truly amazing. It's just a really long rod. Well, that's a brown. Well, I'll be. A brown. Good. And he was on the sow bug pattern. Anyway, really good rod. Amazing control. I wish it came a little, I wish there was a version that was a little shorter, like a 45 or something like that. That would be incredible. But oftentimes when you take a rod and lengthen it or shorten it, it doesn't feel as good as the original version did. But I have fished this rod in the 63 length. I used to have one and caught some really nice fish with it, but it was just too big. But this 53 is really nice. Just wish there was one that was a little shorter, maybe 43. That'd be really good. Right there in the shallows. What do you know, it took the sow bug in the shallows. Come on. Well, it's 3 o'clock. And I am really surprised that I haven't found the fish. Typically get a whole bunch of those 12 inchers, but I must admit, when I've read back through my fishing journal for the last number of years, end of November, I have one common statement that's in all of the entries, and that is fishing was slow today. So I would say that today fit right in with those other entries. Fishing was slow today. Well, I'm gonna head home. I'll be back up here, oh, I don't know, after Thanksgiving, and see if I can get into a Baetis hatch or some increased activity, because today was slow. Lost some flies. That's the way it goes. Anyway, the rods worked well. I like the Sawanabori more than the Traveler 44 as far as its casting action, but they're both really nice. The line, I think a fluorocarbon line would still be better than the nylon. I'll go back to the fluorocarbon, put this nylon line away. And flies, the sow bug and Gasolina perdigon still seem to work when I can get them to work. But anyway, that's it for today.